Good morning to all of you. I am K. Madhavrao, PGT History, Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya, Nellore of Andhra Pradesh. The chapter is The Rise of Nationalism in Europe. Here you can identify a picture which was printed by Frederick Soru in 1848. This picture described about the dream of world made up of democratic and social republics, as he called it. In this picture, he shows the people of Europe and America, men and women of all ages and social classes, marching in a long train and offering homage to the Statue of Liberty. What is nationalism? Nationalism is a feeling of belonging and loyalty that causes people think of themselves as a nation. During 19th and 20th centuries, nationalism was a powerful force that could create one nation from many separate countries, example Italy and Germany, break one nation up into many countries, example Austria, Hungary and Turkey. European society. The upper class, the landed aristocracy were the dominant group in the society. They had common interests and lifestyles, owned large country estates and townhouses. Most of them spoke French. The next one, lower class people. Majority of the people were peasants. Most were landless and worked as serfs. Here you can observe an upper class woman and a lower class woman. You can identify the clear-cut difference in their dress style also. Here the important years, especially in 1804 Serbian Revolution, in 1815 the Congress of Vienna, 1830-31 Revolution in Poland and Lithuania, and 1848 nationalist revolts in Hungary, Italy and Germany. 1859 to 1861 unification of Italy, and 1866 to 1871 unification of Germany. The French Revolution. In this picture you can identify the destruction of Bastille Fort in 1789. It's the starting event of French Revolution. French Revolution and the idea of nation. French Revolution started in 1789. France was a full-fledged territorial state in 1789 under the rule of a monarch, which means Louis XVI. Political and constitutional changes that came in wake of the French Revolution lead to the transfer of sovereignty from monarchy to a body of French citizens. Here we will go for a brief description of French society. French society was divided into three estates. First estate comprises of clergy, which means church people. Second estate comprises of nobility. Third estate contains of ordinary people like peasants, workers, business people, middle class people, all those. The third estate people are not having any rights. After the French Revolution, third estate people, mainly men above 25 years, who are paying the tax of minimum 3 days wage of a labor, were got the voting rights. Here, a body of French citizens means the National Assembly, which was elected by people. Various practices adopted to develop a sense of collective identity among people. Declaration of mission to liberate Europe from despotism. Setting up of Jacobin clubs by educated middle classes and students of Europe. It also powered revolution in all Europe. The idea of nationalism and how it spreaded. The idea of la patrie, which means the fatherland, les citoyens, which means the citizen, were emphasized. Adoption of new constitution with citizens enjoying equal rights. Adopted tricolor as a new French flag, replacing royal standards. New hymns were composed, votes were taken, and martyrs remembered in the name of nation. Uniform system of weights and measures were adopted. Centralized administrative system was formalized. French became the national language and regional dialects were discouraged. Imaginary female allegories were used to show United Nations, such as Marianne in France and Germania in Germany. The next one, Napoleonic Code. This Napoleonic Code, introduced in the year 1804, privileges based on birth were abolished and equality before law was established. Right to property was established and a feudal system was abolished. Administrative divisions were simplified. Peasants got freedom from serfdom and manorial use. Uniform laws and standardization of weights and measures were introduced. Common national currency was adopted. Guild restrictions in towns were removed and transport and communication system were improved. Regarding the Napoleon Bonaparte, initially in many places such as Holland and Switzerland, as well as in certain cities like Brussels, Milan and Warsaw, the French armies were welcomed as torchbearers of liberty. But the initial enthusiasm soon turned to hostility. Thank you very much.